And on that note, welcome to the Rev Match Podcast, the automotive podcast. Where look at us, baby, we're beautiful. Look at all this. You see all this background shit we got going on?
Dude,
Yeah,
I like it.
We're moving up. We're getting real shop owners on. You know, got to step it up.
Got to step the class up.
Step it up. Maybe next time Ed comes on, I'll actually feel obligated to put his camera on because Just kidding. Love you, Ed.
Appreciate you, buddy.
Don't quit on me, baby. Yeah, we got a squad show. Managed Jamal today. We're gonna have some more folks. We got some other guests lined up in the next coming weeks, but we wanted to dial it back, just chill. Some interesting shit in the news. Boys went out on a drive last weekend, so we can talk about that a little bit. Just good old time, but in traditional Rev Match fashion. What's everybody drinking? Counterclockwise, started from the bottom on my screen. Kyle.
I have a bottle of Dragon's Milk.
Ooh.
That shit do be slapping though.
Is that the 11%?
That's pretty good.
It's 11%, yeah.
Yeah.
It's
I-
really
shout out-
smooth.
Right
Shout
from
out
the
to
breast,
Julio.
or like where
Yeah,
did it actually
the-
come from?
Straight out of the end of the testicles. What?
Julio. Big shout
Oh,
Only testes. Shout out to Julio. He's got the Porsche on the drive, so if you guys
oh, so clean. That was my kind of.
Wait.
car.
Julio?
Yeah.
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 He has a-
Okay,
We'll get
Wait.
this
We'll
is
get-
your fault. You didn't
Wait.
tell me.
Wait. We'll
The
come back.
yellow
Shut up,
M3 Julio? You didn't tell me that's who it was.
How'd you not know that?
I
Okay.
don't know that.
I had
Who
never
else is
met
named
him.
Julio?
I had
Who else
never
is
met
named
him.
Julio?
How
I
you
never
know
met him.
Julio?
I had only seen the car in the fucking parking lot.
Absolute chaos already. We've been on
Oh,
Here we
didn't
go.
know that. My
Yeah.
bad.
absolute fucking
Sorry.
chaos. Mike, what are you drinking?
Well, I just had a shot of Maker's Mark, courtesy of Timmy's bad day. But I
Yeah.
got some revision on board. I got the Jewel box.
I've had that. That's good. I like
Good.
that stuff.
Good.
Yeah,
And then I
that's
got
good
a couple
stuff.
right behind it. Little disco.
Okay.
Oh, it's just go Ninja. You can't
Never.
go.
Yeah, that
Can't
shit
go wrong
slaps.
with that,
That
man.
was
Like,
the
that matters.
was the brass tap. I would get that shit every single time because it was the only decent beer I knew they always had.
Right?
Timmy?
True.
Timmy, what are you
I'm-
drinking?
I'm drinking shots of Grey Goose as well as the variety pack of the 21st Amendment IPAs that I
Oh,
showed
yeah.
you the other day. This is
Okay.
the blah blah blah.
Yeah, that one's good. Yeah, blah 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 is really good. I like really good. We're gonna skip me because I'm always last. Chris.
21st Amendment, Hell or High Water Melon?
Good shit.
Nice.
Medlin.
More like hell or high water melanin. That was racist, but it was still funny. And since in honor of Mike, I'm actually drinking Tito's and White Claw mixed together.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yo, that shit hit different. Huh?
It does, bro. It
I'm
does.
not
I'm telling you.
I fucked around and got fucked up the other day.
Bro,
Yeah.
because like that the White Claw, man, you master that Tito's very.
I put
well.
like probably like
It's
2 or 3 shots of vodka in this motherfucker, and you can't taste it at
Yes.
all. It's amazing.
Oh, no.
When you made Lauren and I that drink when we were at your house, I mean, it tastes like water.
It tastes like a White Claw. It's just like a little bit more edge on it. Yeah,
yeah, it was,
And
it
it's
was a
just-
little
just-
Sprite basically.
yeah.
Have you had one of those 8% White Claws?
No,
No,
I
I
haven't
didn't
been
know
able to
that I
find them
have.
anywhere.
I have.
Are they good?
At my house. Dude, it's strong. Like,
Is
it's
it?
Like you get the White Claw, it's probably a little bit stronger than that when you're tasting it. I'm not gonna lie about it. It's got a strong,
I'm fucking with this
alcohol
shit.
taste.
I'm with it. I want to try. I haven't been able to find them anywhere.
It was
8%. Dude,
Actually-
my beer's only 4.9.
goddamn.
You got looking like a bitchiosis over there right now.
Yeah,
bro.
Come on, Chris.
Pretty much, Chris.
I'm on the 8%er.
Oh shit.
I
We
got
still
6.
have these piece of shits that my brother bought and never finished. The ice.
Oh,
the
yeah.
ice
Oh
ones.
gosh. So bad. Yeah, word to the wise.
Is
Like,
it
listen.
fizzy?
Yeah, they're fizzy. They're supposed to
Oh.
taste like tea. They're just garbage.
It's-
Word to
it's-
the wise, like the lemonade Trulies and the iced tea White Claws and all that. Just bad. Stick to the classics. You know what I'm saying?
I do have to say this about Truly Lemonades. They
Don't.
make them in fucking popsicles, and they're delicious.
Listen,
good idea.
I'm
Those
a
ice
grown,
pops.
I'm a
Those ice pops are
200-pound, 6-foot man, and I will tell you that I love a booze popsicle. I love it.
Fuck
I don't
yeah,
care.
dude. And
I don't care.
literally, you
I don't
buy
care.
it, you buy the alcohol.
Give me the pinkest one you got.
take
I'll
it
take
home,
2.
Take it home, you throw it in the freezer, and
Yeah.
they're literally just a fucking, basically a Truly in a fucking like
And who doesn't like popsicles? We all grew up on
oh my
Otter Pops,
God.
you know?
Otter Pop. It's just kind of
Yeah.
fucking Otter Pop. It's
Listen,
exactly
you know-
like fucking Otter Pop.
You know why Otter Pops are a universal language? Because it doesn't matter if your family was fucking broke or balling. Everybody got Otter
Everybody
Pops
had
in the
Otter
summer.
Pops.
Everybody had
Everybody.
Otter Pops.
I,
You could.
I have Otter
Oh,
Pops
yeah.
in my freezer right now.
I love it.
We
Right
could
now.
end. We could end the class divide in the United States on the back of Otter Pops. You heard it here first.
Yes. Please
Breaking
tell me
down
you see the
barriers.
people now that do that, right? They get the Otter Pops and they cut the top off and they pour
Yes.
liquor in it and they take the
I'm
they
fucking
take the,
here for it, dog.
like a
We need to do
heater and they
that.
like melt it back down and throw it in the freezer and take it to go.
Or a lighter,
God.
you know, because
Or lighter.
ghetto. But
Right.
Yeah. I'm fucking here for it. Okay, so wait, let's roll this back. Everybody but me went on a drive last week. And Kyle didn't go either.
I didn't. Yeah.
Yeah. Because he's a straight line boy now. But
Well, his car is slow, right?
Oh.
it's not slow. I only say that. I only say that because if he talks shit, I can be like, well, then come over here and race me, and he can't do it. So it's like, oh, you
know
so
what?
fucking fast? Bring it over here and race me, bitch. Let's go.
I'm gonna request some vacation right now.
Right?
He's
Here
like
we go. Kyle's
getting
driving
a
to Texas.
transport arranged. He's gonna buy a
Right.
trailer and Tahoe it out
Right.
here. Yeah. dude.
No, I will drive it out there.
Can we do
Like-
TX2K?
Shit,
Can Kyle
right?
do TX2K?
Dude, we can do TX2K. I would fucking love if you guys came down and we all went to TX2K. I think that'd be fun as fuck.
That'd be
That'd be
sick.
awesome.
Down.
Yeah, it's in
Road
Houston.
trip idea. Let's go.
When?
I don't. Whenever the
Tomorrow.
fucking. It's not tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
It's no. One. It just passed. The last one just passed like 4 or 5 months ago. So you probably got like 8 months to figure it out. But
I
Let's
mean,
go.
we
I'm
could
down.
do that.
I think that'd be tight.
Yeah.
I think that would be a lot of fun.
Okay.
Not fucking driving. I
This is,
will.
how, this is how Timmy makes his money. We put money into Timmy's car so we can race all the fast cars so we can make money.
Yo, dude, that stripped out fucking RS7.
Dude.
That's
Dude.
yeah. That's
Oh, hey, wait a minute. Had an RS7 on my way home, probably about 2 weeks ago. We're coming off a stop sign. He kind of went and then waited for me because we had followed each other a little bit, and then he waited until I was kind of right on his ass, and we both did a pull. This is a brand new probably a 2021 RS7. Both did a pull. I hit second, hit third, and I never left his ass.
Dude, that is
Five-
a
pretty tight.
550 horsepower
It's
twin turbo
591.
4-liter V8.
Yeah,
a
but it's
591.
fucking like 6,000 pounds.
It's
too.
it's the Porsche Turbo V8.
That's
Yeah.
his problem, not mine.
And Kyle's in a GTI. So
Yeah,
Dude,
Kyle's
that's
a GTI.
that's so
For like-
sick.
for like
Yeah, right.
can you imagine?
I
can-
guess
that's-
six of the money.
That's a
Yeah.
$140,000 car.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a 150. No,
depends on the
120.
spec.
I mean,
but
highly
Yeah, it
optioned
does,
150.
yeah.
It's 140 for like a low end.
listen,
RS.
nobody
No,
buys.
that's-
Nobody
that's
buys.
high-end.
Is it?
Anyways,
Whatever.
yeah,
The
it's-
point is, if you buy,
so-
nobody buys a base RS7. Let's just fucking
No,
just
right.
fucking,
Yeah,
it's like nobody
loaded.
buys a
They're
base
always
M.
loaded.
Nobody buys a base M3. Nobody buys a base RS7. Nobody buys a fucking base. You know what I mean? Like, if you're 100
Right.
grand in, what's 150? Who gives
You
a
don't
shit?
buy a base 911
Right.
Turbo S. it's
People buy
fucking
base
loaded.
911s and they can't sell them because nobody wants a base 911.
No,
Right.
no. It's like, rather than getting a 4S, you get rather than getting like a base 4S, you get an option Carrera T, right? Because you can sell an option Carrera T, you can't sell a base 4S down the road.
Dude, I will tell you. I will tell you this.
That'd be nice.
The lowest option 911 I have ever seen. It was a white one with beige interior, which was a free option, and the guy literally had a manual gearbox because it was too cheap to pay for the PDK, and the only thing he put on there was the colored fucking wheel crest.
No.
What?
So he had a
He put on the
$300
fucking
option,
car
and that's it.
was a colored wheel crest. Other than that, it was fucking stock.
That's so
So-
weird. That's
and
so
if-
weird.
Weird.
If anybody
twice.
knows 911s, they don't come with the heated seats standard.
No,
back
they
then.
don't. It's a fucking
They don't-
sports
they don't
car.
come
It's
with
like, yeah,
anything
you
standard.
they're
No,
they
No.
they're $100,000 for a sports car. If you want the luxury part, you're gonna pay for it. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
You're gonna pay
Yeah,
20 grand in
right.
options.
You get
At
all the
least.
driving dynamics and none of the fun.
Dude, I always tell people like, okay, here's your base price. The base price is 40 grand. Let's be realistic. It's Porsche, so you're gonna want options. You're gonna be probably another $15,000 to $20,000 worth of options in
Yeah,
a fucking
yeah.
car, and that's true to the Porsche world. If you go look at one of those, that's what it is. The base
You're
price is
always
45
at
grand.
least
Yo, this is a
15
record.
grand
This
above.
is the fastest we've ever started talking about 911s in an episode. For the record, this is like the fat. This is a new.
We were
So
talking
anyway-
about RS7s.
We were talking about the fact that we as in a group went for a drive, and
Yeah.
this is cool. I can actually now bring this stuff up because I'm smart. So this
Big
is
boy- big boy brain.
I've gained knowledge.
I've gained knowledge. So here is, I don't know if they can hear this. No, they can't. But wow, that's really loud. That's Lenny's. Everybody's looking at Lenny's fucking 32.
Super clean.
Super clean.
Absolutely awesome in person.
And then the fact that
motor
our
build looks great.
the fact that our boy apparently Don Julio is pushing a 911. Can somebody fucking clarify this for me, please?
A 997 Carrera S with aero kit spoiler on it and a fucking roll cage, and it's manual and it looks good and it's
Yeah.
blue.
I used to work on that car all the time.
So how did he get this? Where did he get it?
So the story is behind it.
Right back to 911s, by the way.
We are back to that.
It's the old 911. It's
Yeah,
old
so
now.
It's not that old.
I think it's a 2007. It's not
It's-
old.
That's
It's
Those are the
14
ones.
years.
Those are the ones I was looking at. Yeah, those are the ones I was looking
Yeah,
at.
those are. It's a 2007 911, 997 with the aero kit on it, and he's done some upgrades. But that car actually used to come to Nilo Porsche when I was there, and I actually used to know the lady that drove it. And actually, kid, you remember Eric Valdez?
Can't be dropping names out here, bro. You're disclosing
Drop
state
Eric.
secrets.
Whatever. No, Eric is related to this lady who used to bring us her car. And
Got
so
it.
she used to bring it all the time. And like we did all of this work. And I remember one time it needed like a water pump, a major service. It needed brakes all the way around. Like she drives it daily. So
Right.
it needed some love, and it was expensive. I think it was like $7,000.
Yep.
And I think she literally turned around and was like, "Yeah, no, I'm done." And I think she put it up for sale. Dude, I didn't ask him. I know what those cars are worth, and I know
Yeah.
she undersold that car. So I mean, you think about it. You
Because
could
that's
right now
like,
get
I mean, that's like probably what like would market for low 60s, mid 60s right now.
I need to say if
right
it needed
now,
all
yes,
the issues,
but when he bought
that's
it,
30,
it wasn't
40
that
grand.
price. It
that's
wasn't
30,
that
40
price.
grand.
Yeah, he probably bought that car. My guess is probably between 30 and 40, because you got to remember right now.
So dumb.
Right now, the
They're up.
market is stupid expensive, right?
Yeah.
So he bought it for a good price. I mean, you can buy those cars really right now for that price point, and that's a solid fucking car. They got a couple of issues, but like
It's a great
if you
car.
buy an 06 or an 07, dude, we never had problems with cars. You had to put brakes and tires on it. You had to service them. Yeah, they had window regulator problems. What car
Let's
doesn't?
be honest here. The real important thing to take away from that generation of 911 is they look gangster slammed on Jap wheels.
Yes, they do.
Yeah.
Yes, they do.
Yeah.
Every single one of them I've seen on JDM wheels looks sick as fuck. Like,
Yes.
It's
Mhm.
the only thing that when it's perfect, it still looks new and it's raw
Yes.
as shit.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It
that's
doesn't
true.
have computers.
It's
It
still
is
relevant.
a U
It's-
car.
It's still
Yeah.
very relevant in the market.
It's
And-
like
and
that.
he got-
Yeah. No, go ahead.
But he got that car for a good deal, and I know he works now over at Salerno Motorsports in Rockland.
Yeah.
So,
So he's pulling
you
money
know,
doing
he-
that. Yeah.
but that's European, right? That's their
Mhm.
specialty: Porsche, Ferrari, Lamborghini. So he's getting to learn on his own car, which is kind of cool, right? He gets to
Right.
work on his own car and fix it at a shop that he's learning to be a technician or a better technician at. That's
I mean,
think
well,
that's
plus,
cool
like,
shit.
dude, once he gets to like when you're in like, I work on Lambos and Ferraris as a technician.
That's sick.
That's like
Hey,
that's like John being a master Porsche tech, right? Like, that's like
Yeah. I
there's
mean,
some money. Kyle,
John,
go
Johnny's
work
a
on
master
fucking
technician.
Porsche. That's what I'm saying. Like,
But I mean, yeah, no,
I
he
would-
got that car, and we got to all go out. It was myself, Chris, Tim, Leonard, who was on the podcast, and we gotta get Julio on the podcast with the Porsche.
Yeah.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
that
I'm
was a
down.
cool car.
I mean, we went out there, and it was there actually.
plus his
wasn't a whole lot of
dude,
people.
Julio's fucking M3 is dope.
yeah.
Oh yeah,
That-
Track M3.
Yeah, that thing's
Oh,
sick.
yeah.
Does he still have that? See, that's the thing.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
You don't get rid
I
of a
mean,
car like that. Like if it's completely stripped out, gutted, wide bodied, fucking roll cage, like you just keep it. You just keep it. You know what I mean? It's like
you know,
It's paid
what's
off, you just-
unfortunate is none of you assholes ever told me who that was. I was in
didn't know.
sales.
I'm sorry.
I was in sales. I'd never met him before, and I
You're like
always
a
saw the
woman right
car. And then
You are
one
acting
day
like
it
a
just
woman right
wasn't
now.
fucking there.
no,
you
just
know
no
what?
offense to both of the women that listen to the podcast, but
The
um,
only two.
Timmy, man, you gotta like. This is what I'm telling you, bro. This is what Kyle will attest to. This. I was always in the shop at Rover.
Yeah.
I was never hanging out with those fucking jack wagons up front. I was always in the back bullshitting with those dudes, dude. Like, they're funnier back there. It's more interesting in the back. I'd be
Yeah,
going back
totally.
there and Kyle's fucking working on a turbo or some shit. You know what I mean? It's
Yeah,
like-
right.
Did he
Off
work
the
at
clock.
Porsche or did he work at Land Rover?
He worked
Land
at
Rover.
Rover, yeah.
Rover.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
he was a tech over there. I think he was an apprentice there, and then he move up to a regular tech or something, Kyle?
Yep, he was a journeyman. And
Oh,
Oh,
Uh-oh.
Oh.
Oh, no.
Oh,
oh no,
cut him
it's doing the
down.
thing.
Oh.
It totally, there he is. It totally
There he
blitzed the screen.
wow,
There's-
what happened there?
I don't know.
I
Your
don't
video
know.
crapped out. Turn your video back on.
Kyle.
That was
Everybody
Now-
just saw behind the Wizard of Oz thing and like the whole screen went nuts. Don't worry, it's not just us. Every podcast that does this format on Discord has the same problem when somebody listens. Like, believe it or not, for once in our podcast career, we are not amateurs. This is how the pros do
Yes.
it, baby.
exactly. But no, we
I
got to
I
go on
made
a,
it.
yeah, right. We got to go on a drive, and like honestly, out of all the drives that we've been on, that was probably one of the funnest ones we've been on, just because we really, especially on the way back. So we went to Stumpy Meadows Reservoir out in
I love that drive.
Mexico.
I fucking
Drive's
love
great.
that drive.
love that drive. And
Super
on the way
pretty, great
back-
roads.
Yeah,
Yeah.
on the way back, we probably got a solid 20 minutes of nobody in front of us.
Oh yeah.
Sick.
And
Oh,
when
yeah.
we left, and I apologize to Leonard and Julio right now because we just went.
Oh, me,
Chris-
Chris, and Mike were flat out when
Gone.
we left.
just
That's
gone.
tight.
And literally it was the three of us, and we were just railing through the hills, and there was nobody in front of us and up until probably like 5 miles from the town, and it was so beautiful. And Chris did the reels on it on Instagram, so definitely go check out the Instagram, by the way.
Yeah,
If you
I had
haven't seen
one
those
rolling a
reels,
second ago.
amazing.
So that was
But
Chris.
it-
That's like the
great.
first real drive you've done, long drive you've done in the Marrow since you did all the work to it, right?
Well, we had the one where he made my booty hole pucker the
Yeah.
very first drive with his suspension.
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
And that
We
was like
could-
the last drive.
But no,
we
but he
did.
had old tires on it when he did that though, too, didn't it?
Yeah.
That was before
Yes,
the yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
So how did it feel?
Other than my transmission, like getting pretty close to overheating.
By the way,
It
by the
was
way,
a
I'm
good
gonna-
time.
I'm gonna make this point. I'm gonna cut Chris off right now. I'm gonna make this point.
I'm gonna let you
Chris,
finish, but
did you turn your car off at the reservoir?
No.
No, sir. No, sir.
No, he did not.
Why did you do that?
here's the
smarter than your average bear.
smarter than your average bear with a car that doesn't start. Yeah, that's
Fool
right.
me once, shame on me.
Here's the real question. Here's the fucking elitist question. Did you have auto rev match turned on?
Yes, sir. Hell yeah.
Boo this man.
What?
Boo. Boo.
Hold on.
Hey, in his defense, he had his
I'm-
girl in the car. He had
I'm
his girl
sorry
in the car.
for being.
What the fuck does it have to do with being able to roll your right foot? Like, I don't-
Auto rev match?
Yeah.
We might as well be just called Auto Rev
Automatic.
Match Podcast now.
Wow. Wow.
Hey, it's
That's
still
it.
Hey, calm down, finger bang.
Damn.
Oh.
He
Yeah,
has
but
a
at least
point.
his shift's fast. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I was farting around those corners, okay? Fart.
I want everybody to go. I
17.
want everybody to go on our Instagram and our YouTube comments and just shame Chris for auto rev match.
Yes.
Shame him.
Do it.
I
Yes.
feel so dirty, but it feels so good.
Honestly, the shit's crispy as fuck, but
It is crispy. I'll give him that.
but like honestly, just out of pure ego, when Chris let me drive his car, he's like, "I'm gonna turn this on." And I was like, "Nah," and I turned it on.
I said no, sir. No.
And
He
then-
shifted like it would shift, so he did great.
Listen,
funny,
listen.
'cause,
Here's what you learn. Here's what you learn driving shitbox Japanese cars around Los Angeles in traffic with really blown out input shafts. You learn how to rev match really well. Heel
Funny, 'cause I
torque, bro.
remember taking Chris's car to lunch last year, and it wasn't on, so I didn't know it had it. And Chris said, "Be careful, it might not start." And I got some food, and I go back, and it's like chug 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 chug. And I was like, "Oh my fucking lord!"
American made. Speaking of American made, going back to the conversation we were sort of having last night, my wife comes to me the other day. So I got a new job.
Oh.
I'm going to be.
Congratulations.
I'm going to. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. I'm actually going back out into the workforce as opposed to being stuck in my fucking house in the workforce.
Sorry.
So I'm gonna be commuting. It's Texas, so it's like 25 miles away, which is a pretty standard commute out here, right? Because everything's fucking far as fuck. And she's like, "You're gonna hate driving that car." And
"Oh, the
I'm-
STI."
I'm not necessarily agreeing with her, but I'm not disagreeing with her either because like my commute was at max 4 miles when I lived in California, right? Like I literally lived
Yeah.
10 minutes
It's
from
all
the dealership.
backwards, too.
Yeah, it was all back roads. And
Hey,
then
You lived 10 fucking minutes and like 40 stop signs away from the dealership.
that's only if you drive like a bitch.
Get your house.
It's because you drive like a bitch.
Me.
It literally took an hour to get to Alex's house.
Half of those stop signs are
Yes.
more of a recommendation than they are a requirement.
I'm sorry, I'm not familiar with Rockland PD.
You don't see them up there. That's why you go on that back road up that. Well, maybe now. I know they've been cracking down because of
True.
fucking Oliver and his shithead friends up there ripping around. But
Yada.
dude, I would smash that road where we took photos that one night, Chris, with the GTR and all that shit. I would smash
Yeah.
that road at like 80.
What?
Yeah, through the turn. You know
Holy shit.
that long
And
left-hander.
Mexico.
Yeah, I would just.
Oh, yeah.
like,
That's
yeah.
sick.
Yeah,
That's
no,
so sick.
I think my record of getting from work at night to my house is like 9.5 minutes.
Damn it.
Flying,
That's,
bro.
that's pretty fast.
That's
Like,
fast.
That's
For you,
fast.
for where you used to live to where the dealerships were, that's fucking
Yeah,
fast.
no, I was.
like,
I would. I used to
guys
smash
know
at night,
how I
dude.
drive, and like it took me and Chris 20 minutes to get to your house.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, anyway,
Yeah.
it'll take you. It'll take you a little bit longer than that now. So
Yeah, pretty much.
Anyway, she comes to me the other day, and I've been looking at. I had my SS back in the day, my Chevy SS, and I always kind of regretted getting rid of it. And there's a guy around here who has a white one, and it's real nice. So I was looking at those, and I found a manual one, but it's like 50 grand, which is a little bit more than I want to spend on a 5-year-old
American
car.
car.
I mean, it's only got 20,000 miles on it. It's hair on white, which is what I wanted. It's it's a TR 6060, I think. It's LS3. So yeah, it's a T56. LS3 T50. It's a big Camaro, right? Whatever.
Mhm.
And she goes, "Yeah, I think you should get a V8 again, some with a V8." And I was like, "Bro, you
She's
can't
like,
just
fuck
like."
that rumble box.
No, she was just like, she's like, you just. I told her like, you can't just like put that out there. Like you can't just like tell me like go blow 60 G's on a car. Don't give me hope. Don't do that.
You chose the right one when she says you should go and buy a V8.
I mean, you got a solid point on that right there.
Here's the only thing is that she wants to be able to drive it. So there's two options here. It's either I teach her how to drive stick or I buy an automatic.
Feature drive stick.
Yeah.
I think
Fair,
that if you're
fair.
going to get a V8, you need to get a Corvette.
I need a back seat. I have to be able to take my kid to school.
Okay,
What
so you
about
really-
You
his
don't need a
wagon?
back seat. You tell your kid to get in the fucking trunk and deal with it.
Get in the trunk and deal with it.
You've met my wife, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
I want you to remember, Timmy, that this is going on the internet, and she can
I'm
find
not
it,
gonna-
and she
I'm
will
not gonna
find
say
you.
it to her.
Yes.
Bye,
It's
Timmy.
for Alex. It's for
Yeah.
Alex.
I would love a vet. I would honestly love a vet, but practicality wise, as stupid as that is to say when you're talking about buying a muscle car, like the vet is by far the least practical.
Okay,
Right.
well, here's the thing. If you're gonna spend 50 grand on a V8 manual car with a tiny fucking backseat, you might as well get a 997 for 50 grand with a tiny back seat and have a German engineered masterpiece.
We're back to Porsche.
We're back to
I mean,
Port. So wait,
I'm sorry, but it's the same price point. It's the same
It's
price
the same.
point.
It's but hear me out. Okay, hear me out. I'm leaning on a Challenger because the Challenger is the biggest out of all of them, and it's gonna. And
do like that.
you gotta remember we're talking highway car. This is a highway car.
Yeah.
Okay, because what's
911 be rough every day.
right. So
Especially a 997. I mean, they were not built for comfort.
so we're talking. I'm talking freeway pulls. Like if this ends up going down, like this bitch is gonna end up with beadlocks on the back at some point. Like, you know what I'm
Yes.
saying? Like
Chris's
it's
smile right there. Chris is like,
Yes.
Please,
Because-
please get a Hellcat. Please get a Hellcat.
no, I'm not.
Yes.
No. I can't.
Please.
I can't afford a Hellcat because I want a wide body. I want the wide
sure,
body,
man.
right? So what I'm
Okay.
thinking, I was telling Mike last night. Yeah, dude, they're still, even the used ones are still 65, 70 grand. But you can get
you can get a wide body.
you can get a
not-
scat pack. You can get a wide body scat pack. I kind of want to get a new car. I've never owned a new car. I've never bought a brand new car. It'd be kind of cool to buy a new car. You can get a Hellcat wide body option the way I want it for like 56, right? And you
Yep.
can put a blower on it for less than the cost
I'm
difference to
sorry.
get to a Hellcat.
I think did
Oh.
you make a mistake or did I just hear it wrong? You could get a Hellcat wide body or
No,
a
scat pack wide body.
Scat
Scat
pack.
Okay.
Yeah,
pack
scat pack wide body.
Okay, you know, I would not be against that because I do really like that wide body.
One
When
day
I
out
went with Subaru is when they came out and I saw it and I mean
And
the
they
wide
handle
body-
well. Granted, it's still heavy
do.
as fuck. Like, I'm not gonna say it's not heavy. They're heavy as fuck. It's like the least optimized, whatever. It's got Hellcat wide body front suspension. You know what I mean? Like the geometry's all there. They handle a lot better. All that shit. So like, if I want to take it to a track and fucking whip it, like it's gonna be a pig, but at least it's a pig that handles, right?
Sure.
Yes.
Um,
Yeah.
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 But realistically, it's
Black
like a, huh?
Would you get a black one?
Fuck no, no,
No, did you not
never
see
no.
the gray one? Did you not see
No.
the gray one in
I would
the, in
do
the
it.
chat?
Yeah, I would do a. I
No,
would,
I got
Yeah.
home fucking 10 minutes
I would
ago.
do like the granite gray. I would do the granite gray with the red interior and the carbon package and all that shit, right? Because it's like a daily,
Yeah.
and then
Oh yeah.
What would your new handle be?
I don't know, man. We'll fucking cross.
Ooh.
We'll cross that bridge if and
it'll
when.
be,
you know.
it'll be Angry Kitty.
Yeah, right. Diseased. Never mind. It should be bearded kitty. That'd be perfect.
There you go.
I
Love it.
like that. I support that.
Yes.
But yeah, so like that's wow. That's the one I'm leaning on right now. Just because of the, like, I've sat in Challengers and like, dude, I'm 6 foot, you know, and I sat in the back of a Challenger. I was like, this is cool. Like, I could cruise back here. You know what I mean? They're fucking huge. They're enormous. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But what would probably end up happening is that would be like the daily, and then shortly thereafter, within the year, actually buy a full project car.
I
Some-
mean, is Jess trying to get a truck still?
Yeah.
She likes the idea of a truck, but she wants to be able to park in the garage because the hailstorms out here. So
Ooh.
That's
and so
what
it's yeah.
You
So
don't
well,
want
it's
to hold stuff in your garage and park on the driveway?
no, like you can't fit a truck in a garage,
What about
like a
the canopy?
pickup.
What
Like
about
a
the
big
canopy?
I was
That
just trying
you'll blow through that, dude. We're talking softball size hail, bro. Like you'll blow right through that motherfucker. So they make these, like, I don't know if anybody's ever seen them, but like they make these crazy like inflatable hail covers. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was like, we could get you one of those. Because the other option is like, the other thing we were toying around is like, she gets bored, right? So like we always lease her shit. And I was like, well, like, what if we bought a truck, leased a Challenger, you drive the truck till you get bored, I rolled the lease Challenger, buy the project car cash, and then when the lease is up on the Challenger, I take the truck and we get you whatever you want. And
Not a
then,
bad fucking
just to
idea.
kind of do the shuffle. And then obviously, like,
Yeah.
I wouldn't really mod the Challenger all that much, right? I'd throw an exhaust on it or some shit and like maybe some wheels and just push it.
Maybe a
Yeah.
pulley or two.
I'd probably throw a blower on it. I'm not going to lie. But like, I mean, here's the thing, dude. Like, you think about this shit legit. I'm talking about getting rid of the STI. I've thrown, I don't know how much money at that. And like, you mod it and take it off and sell the parts off anyway. Like, who gives a fuck if you bought it or leased it as fast as I flip cars? Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's
That's true.
Question. So, like, are you off the Golf R?
no, that's what's tearing me up inside. But the problem is that the Golf R is like the same shit I have.
I mean,
But better.
It is better. It's inarguably better. The interior is way nicer. The driving dynamics are better. It's more comfy. Obviously, power is a lot easier to get your hands on. But what's going to end up happening? I'm going to slam the dick out of it. I'm going to fucking boost it, and I'm going to end up with a nicer, more expensive fucking STI.
Yes, you are.
Yeah.
Right? So like, I'm kind of in the same boat.
That's why I wanted to come out. It's almost totally different.
We're 50-mile commute. I'm just talking 50-mile commute. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, it's all.
That'll be a fun. it'll
Maybe
be
you
a
should
fun
get an Audi.
Miles.
Oh no! Here we go.
Here we go.
I mean,
here we go.
You're you might as well just buy a Prius. You're talking about.
What the fuck?
Damn, that's a low blow right there.
That was a low
And then
blow. That
Slam
was.
it and then slam it.
Yo, I
you
fucked
know.
with the like real talk. Like for a daily, I fucked with a bag Prius. I'm not above it. Like a body kitted bag Prius. That shit slaps.
Oh,
I'm not
yeah.
mad. Like my buddy bought one. And I was like, you gonna bang that bitch? You gonna like fuck? You know? You gonna hot boy that bitch? You gonna style war that
Yeah.
bitch? You know?
Yeah,
Like-
absolutely.
Yeah, fuck it.
Fuck it.
Whatever. So yeah, we're like anybody who's like been around me long enough knows that I'm constantly talking about the next car I'm gonna buy, and it's like if you didn't know me, I sound like that dude who's like, oh, he's all talk, he's all, and then one day I just pull up his shit.
Alex, you could buy my brother's LS.
Yo, fuck off, you selling it?
He's been trying to sell it.
Yeah.
Do you see how the plan
What?
changed so quickly?
How much you want for that shit?
How much you want for
I'll give him $500.
Fuck off.
Ooh.
it? Wheels are not included. $5,000.
Is it bagged or is it slammed?
Probably. Is
This-
it on coils or it's my homie? You're not starting out at 6. It's not on bags. It's on.
I'll give him a
It's
grand.
PBM
I could
coils.
probably
Oh,
find
it's
like
on
6
PBMs?
legs.
He spends good money on his pieces.
See,
of
here's
shit.
the thing about PBM coils is PBM makes an airbag conversion kit for those coilovers.
PBM makes an airbag
Do
conversion.
you already
kit
see the
for your
wheels
boat.
turning in Alex's head right this
Six
second?
Gs with
And, like,
six Gs with
literally
the GTR wheels.
we-
6 Gs with the GTR wheels on it.
Oh, 6 Gs with the GTR wheels.
GTR wheels back, and he'll take it.
Okay, whoa. Nobody said those words. We're
He's not gonna
negotiating.
get it back.
The fucking
Live on
put-
the podcast, how Alex
You know-
negotiates how to get a car.
I'm a fucking scumbag, dude. Like it's a problem. Like
Hey,
everybody
if
thinks
you
that
wanna
my
buy it, it's ready.
everybody thinks my fucking IG tag is like, oh, he's funny. He's like, no, like I have a problem. Like, I buy a car, I throw money at it. I'm like, it's cool, but that one does this. You know what I mean? It's like,
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
fucking- So, like I said, if
Oh,
you
yeah.
if you didn't know me, if you don't know me personally, this after a year of this podcast, it probably sounds like a lot of like, oh, this guy's always talking about what he's gonna blah blah blah. Dog.
It's kind of how you are.
I literally just when I bought my SS, I rolled out one day to work in an STI, and then I was talking about, oh, maybe I'll do this, maybe I'll do that. I was kind of looking at SSs on the iPad at work or whatever. I was like, oh, yeah, I don't know. It was Monday I rolled out an STI, and Tuesday I rolled in an SS. I didn't say anything to anybody. My homie who had a at the time he had a 6 Gen Z01 Mero, and he rolls in. He goes, "Where's the fucking STI?" He looks at me. He's like, "Where's the STI?" And I was like, "What do you mean?" He's like, "Where's the STI?" I was like, "I don't know." He goes, "Why is there a black SS? Why is there a black SS in the parking lot?" I was like, "Oh, maybe I fucked around and bought it." He goes, "Fucking bitch." So
You know, it's got a lot of hair.
yeah,
Johnny's STI is for sale.
I heard that. I heard that.
what's he buying?
He's not buying
he-
anything.
He lives on a property and he needs a truck, but He also is proceeding forth with his plans on his Mustang.
Yep.
Oh,
he
tight.
wants to
We should
build
have
a
him back.
Mustang.
We should have him back on as a guest once that thing gets rolling, and like have him like Johnny, who used to be
Super
on the podcast. He had
Yeah.
super busy dude, and it just kind of didn't work out. Was for him to be on consistently, but I mean that car is tight, so it'd be super cool to have him on. And that's actually a great segue. He might be making the right move selling that car because starting next week in California, they will be checking for tunes on smog checks.
Yep.
So you have to have the factory software on your ECU
That is
as
so
it came.
Good thing we live in fucking Texas.
Okay, so
We
my car, my car is the stage 1 tune is carb legal. Does that null and void that?
I have no idea.
Yes, it says it in the fucking notes. If you read the rest of the article, if the tune is carb legal, it passes.
Okay,
It
so
has
that's good.
It has to be a
Okay.
carb compliant tune. So yes,
Okay.
if it's carb compliant,
So there
you're
is an
fine.
out. Okay,
well,
the
thank God
stage
I'm
one.
only stage 1. Thank
I
God.
gotta get a beer.
Thank God Ed doesn't fuck with my motor. Love you, Ed. Sorry.
Your motor? Yeah, fuck your motor.
Wow.
I know. Honestly, nobody's played with S4s. Like,
I mean, the APR has.
Go to APR.
I mean, that's
They
it.
have-
It's APR and EPL.
Yeah, but it's fucking
I gotta
APR. Like, what more do you want than APR?
Yeah, that's true.
Like,
I don't want
It's
to spend
fucking
$2,000.
He wants
Bitch.
an EQT so he can be fast as fuck.
I mean, he
That's
can be.
it.
You can be fast as fuck with APR. Let's be honest here. Like,
He's right. He's right. I just have to spend a lot of money.
Yeah.
you bought a
Stop being a bitch.
$60,000. I don't even know how to fucking like. I'm just like, it's just like,
I'm
yeah,
gonna
I'm gonna-
spend hella money on a car, but cheap out on my tune.
I
So
didn't
this-
say I was gonna do that. I just,
but
No,
if you could, you would.
playing like that, yeah.
If you could, you would. If that was a fucking feasible option, you totally
no,
fucking.
no. I
Will's eBay
wanna.
tune?
I wanna. Yeah,
like his,
yeah.
like his eBay wheels and tires.
Oh, oh.
Yo, was that a what's the name of that company? Is that a OBX intercooler that you bought for the S4? Does anybody remember OBX? Fucking
I've never heard of OPX.
CX Racing, your fucking CX Racing intercooler for your goddamn S4.
No, but I had a Rev 9 cooler for my WRX.
Jesus Christ.
Fuck
So
Christ.
if you owned a
Stop
Japanese,
being cheap.
if you owned a 240 in the early 2000s and you got a set of headers for a KA motor, the shit fucking like USDM spec engines, 10 out of 10 times they were like $200 OBX. Fucking
Oh,
OBX
yeah.
is like this company that only exists on eBay. It's like they're like the fucking LA Gear of car parts, right? Like they look like they're Nikes, but they ain't Nikes, bro. Oh my god. But anyway, how does that affect how does that whole tune? Because I mean, like Chris, there's no carb legal tunes for your car. Period.
Nope.
People forget about this shit. Like
Yeah, you're screwed.
you really can't legally mod
It's-
V8s in California. It's exhaust. It's literally catbacks. That's basically it, right? Like
Yeah.
that and like the factory air boxes, right?
Yeah.
But like when I was
Soda feeding.
when I was looking for an intake for my SS, there was no like I couldn't get one shipped to California.
Mm-mm.
So I'd have-
Yeah.
So it was like I was looking at like shipping it to my grandpa's place in Nevada and then driving out to get it and bring it back because they just won't ship it out. They won't ship it out
There
there.
were a couple stores selling them to California, but I mean, as of now,
If one of them is there's one company that says they will ship to California and my homie ordered $3,500 in parts for them, waited 4 months, never got it, and finally canceled it.
oh
Wow.
What?
oh
Yeah.
shit.
And then he got his car tuned by a dude who also owns a shop in AZ.
Yeah.
So he bought the parts from him. He shipped it to his shop in AZ, and when he came back down, he brought it with him and had him like 6 weeks later.
Damn.
So it's like like Stainless Works, all those dudes, they don't ship to California.
Because they don't want to fuck with California, dude.
Yeah. Well, they
Yeah.
won't ship to an individual in California. They'll ship to a shop because they can claim like, track use only or whatever when they get the
Sure.
part shipped there. But yeah, so it's like a huge thing. It's just getting even fucking worse. So I mean, I'm glad
There's a petition. You just Google the petition for it. What's it called? The
RPM Act? Yeah.
Yep. RPM Act. You go on there, do your little information. The cause, why you want it, why you don't.
Yeah, it'll look up. I signed it in both
automatically-
states. I signed it in Texas and in
Yeah.
California.
It'll automatically fill it. You just put your information in, sign it.
So that's
and
a
you send it
whole
off.
different thing, dude. That's so BMW, it's like BMW, I think Mercedes and somebody else, they're trying to claim that the software in your car is like a DMCA thing, which is Digital Media Copyright Act, right?
Yeah.
So that you don't legally have the right to modify the car that you own.
Yeah.
Oh,
Wow.
I paid for it.
Yeah, so I own it, but I'm like, so it's like a right to repair thing, right? Like Apple's like trying to like make it to where people like you're not allowed to have third party Apple service shops, right? You have to go to the Apple store. They're trying to outlaw them.
Right.
It's the same type of shit. So they're trying to make it essentially illegal as like a intellectual property violation, like copyright violation to
Copyright
fucking
violation.
work on your car, dude.
Yeah.
that's fucked up.
Yeah. So SEMA Action Network has been pushing the RPM Act for the last couple of years, and because of COVID, the whole thing got pushed aside and whatever, and then it got back up. But yeah, dude, like and that's how they took like PFI speed, that kind of shit. All that shit came from that type of stuff, right? So you have the DMCA stuff, you had the really heavy, overarching EPA stuff, which is fucking ridiculous. Like, and we've had this conversation before. Like, I'm like, obviously, like, if you were in the Pacific Northwest in the last 6 weeks, climate change is this thing because the streets were melting,
Pretty
but
much.
right. But it's not cars, dude. It's it's manufacturing processes. It's shit. You know what I mean? It's like
Yeah.
it's giant
Well, that's-
corporations who don't pay taxes are also fucking polluting the planet, right? It's like, go after those motherfuckers. Leave me alone, dude. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
right.
Well,
Well-
it's dumb. It's just like dumb in like California. They expect us that we can't. There was a law sign that you can't sell a gas powered engine car past 2035.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like
yep.
that's just not realistic. Like I could see like environmentally, but pure sheer financially, that makes no sense. And
Well, here's the thing. Like, you can sell a used vehicle.
Right.
Okay. But Audi's already done with gas cars.
yeah,
Right.
2026 is what they said. Is the last time they're gonna manufacture a gas. Think about that. Think about that shit for a second.
that's huge.
Audi, the fucking RS6
Volkswagen.
Avant, right? Volkswagen, they're done. Mercedes-Benz has already formally canceled their internal combustion engine development program. Any gas-powered Mercedes-Benz that you buy from last year forward is the same engines they've already had.
Yeah,
They're not developing any new engines.
Right.
There's a Corvette E-Ray coming, so it's an electric Corvette's coming, right?
Yep.
Audi's out. Volkswagen just sold off Bugatti for the same reason, right?
Yep.
Porsche's next, dude. I guarantee you. Like,
Porsche is actually researching alternative fuels to keep.
they are.
still-
I have seen that they're researching alternative fuels, but I feel like
I
Well,
feel as though like
also-
their production cars, I think is going to go that way. I think race cars,
Yeah.
maybe not.
I think
don't know.
you'll have GT3s and turbos
Yeah.
and
Have you guys seen the electric car races?
Yeah.
Like Jaguar I-Pace, like
yeah, I
electric
seen that
car
shit.
races,
Yeah.
like that's insane. It
Mhm.
it may.
Well, I mean, you have Formula E and shit, and like you know what I mean. It's like there's Formula
Right.
E. There's that electric off-road racing series, which is actually pretty dope. If I'm not like,
Yeah.
it's kind of sick. Those fuckers rip. But
Well, segueing back into the Porsche thing, got into stocks recently. Did some research. One of our customers was actually trying to get me to go and buy some Porsche stock. Gave me this interesting article about how Porsche is actually like developing tons of infrastructure for
Yeah.
all of their electric cars.
mhm.
So I'm like, it's only a matter of time before Porsche stock starts to jettison up like Tesla stock, right?
yeah, I mean,
Oh,
Tesla
well,
Tesla stock is like everybody knows Tesla stock is inflated. Everybody, right? Because it's the stock market, for better or for worse, is still based on perception,
Right.
aka meme stocks. right? But yeah, I mean, it's just like a sign of the times, and it's a bummer. You know what I mean? It's a bummer, and it's gonna like, and we've talked about this. We had a whole episode about what's coming. You know what I mean? But I think that what's shocking is how fast it's coming. It's accelerating. You know what I mean? Like it's getting like last year was like 2035. That's fucking 15 years, and now it's like we're cracking down on tunes. And
Right.
and to that point, we had wait, who the fuck was out there spilnering everybody?
Oh, that was bro. The dude with STI with red wheels.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Dude,
So
fuck that guy.
Explain that whole shit, please.
That's
I mean, it was really funny because when I got home from the drive, my brother was like, "Oh, is your friend that douchebag?" And my brother thought that Mike's car was blue.
Are
from
you a
the-
fucking narc?
From
Are
the
you a
video.
fucking cop, Mike?
Fuck
Yeah.
He's got a
He's
cop
the
haircut.
same-
He's got a cop
he's
haircut.
the-
I'm just saying.
You have a shaved head. Half the fucking police force has a fucking shaved head.
It's because they're Nazis.
Shut up.
He said that there's been a guy in Elk Grove with a blue STI, same generation. It's what is it, a VA?
VA, yeah.
With red wheels, and he thought in the story he thought that it looked like Mike's car was blue and not gray. And he was like, "Bro, there's been a blue STI, same generation with red wheels. It's been fucking pulling people over and Fast and Furious and them and ratting them out to the cops." And bro, the fuck?
Yeah.
I had not heard about this at all. And then the next day, Chris showed me the post.
Wow.
Yeah. So they're
Wait,
legit. They're hunting for you motherfuckers out there.
You got pulled over. He got pulled over by an STI.
Girl, my brother saw it. My brother, no,
How
he
did
didn't
you
get pulled over. No. It's
I'm sorry.
this guy that has a built VA STI that's blue with red wheels, and he goes out and races people and convinces people to race, and he's ratting them out to the cops.
He's a fucking narc.
That shit's fucking built, and that shit's built, and that shit's built.
Wow.
Which is that's like,
What a douchebag.
and
bro.
it's like I. The thing that's crazy to me about them doing that is like takeovers are such a bigger issue in California than
Yeah,
fucking
oh,
roll
big
racing
time.
is. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, and if you don't know what takeovers are, you're lucky. And to Google it because it's just the dumbest
It's
fucking
horrible.
thing. It's just the
fucking
stupidest.
horrible.
Fuck you guys.
Yeah.
We've said it before. We'll say it again. You're fucking idiots. Nobody likes you. Right? You're like the
Yep.
kids who
Yep.
fucking
Yep.
You're like the kids who jerk each other off in the back of the classroom. You fucking suck. Get out of here. Anyway, donuts
Yeah.
aren't that hard. They're not hard. Donuts aren't hard. I'm sorry. Going in a circle in a car with this real drive. It's not that difficult. It's really not.
Around-
And you still
around
managed-
the fucking crowd.
And you
Yeah,
still manage to hit
so
each other. You fist fucking each other out there. Anyway,
It's true.
it's like watching a monkey fuck a football out there. You know what I mean? It's like, come
It's worse.
on. It is worse. I know, right? Sometimes the football wins. That's when it gets interesting.
That's
Um,
true. That's true.
But yeah, it's like it it's like you're
Well, those are the people that are ruining for all of us, right? Those are the people that are just like you're fucking like this is why they're coming after us because you guys are all being out fucking ignorant fucking idiots, and doing all of that.
And I don't
most of the
disagree.
time it's stock fucking G35s, G37s,
Yes.
old
fucking
Chargers and
old
Challengers,
Chargers and Challengers, like get over
shitty
yourself.
BMWs and stuff. Yeah, it's like your
Right.
cars aren't cool. Like you're fucking whack.
Yeah.
Interesting, hilarious, interesting counterpoint to Jose.
Jose's calling.
Something I just thought
Jose!
about is this. We're like they're making like car enthusiasts like outlaws to some degree, right? Like
Oh, absolutely.
let's keep it real. Me, you, and Mike, we're all rolling illegal shit, right?
Yep.
Like in California, my car was illegal as fuck. Yours wasn't at the time, Kyle, but not saying anything. But it may or may it's dubious. It's dubious.
I'll move to like
Carb legal.
Mexico.
Totally
and,
carb legal.
Hey,
Yeah.
Mike drives a
They would.
fucking GTR in California. So he's all
yeah.
shut up, bro. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Like, and my car is modified considerably past the point of being California legal, right? Like,
Yeah.
I pulled cats out of that bitch. You know what I'm saying? and if you've ever driven behind me, you know for a fact he's calling you too. That's cute.
I just told him we're doing the podcast. What's up?
Oh my
And
god.
he just said he got offered.
Are you gonna
a job.
answer it? You're gonna answer it on the.
I know. Like what?
You're gonna answer it on the. We're fucking working here, Michael. We'll fucking put him on speaker. Shit.
You might as well.
Yeah.
Might as well.
No, did he give me the finger?
That's 4 of us the finger. He fingered 4 of us. He's fingered 4 of us again.
Yeah, so I texted Jose, we're podcasting, don't call Mike.
And he calls Mike. Way to go, Jose. We were on a roll here, man. You're getting some.
He got a job offer at Porsche.
Yeah. No, I wish. That's what I asked for, okay? Volvo.
Nilo Volvo?
Wow.
Yeah.
I mean, there's money there too, so.
Yeah, no, I would keep doing what Jose's doing, okay? He's fucking inspecting homes for a wonderful paycheck.
Oh,
Driving
that's
his own
awesome.
car
Yeah.
With a gas card.
I will tell you all what I just heard after this is recorded.
Okay, let's do that.
Okay.
Anyway, the point that I was trying to make before
Sorry.
Mike decided that he had to take a very important erroneous
I'm
phone call.
sorry. He called one person, and then he called another person, so I just want to make sure it was an emergency. I apologize.
Yo, he's got a wife, dog.
She's pregnant, bro. Like, I don't
Oh,
know.
she's pregnant? I didn't know she was pregnant.
Yeah, like I was like, I saw you earlier
bad.
today.
My
I just wanna
bad,
make
my
sure
bad,
it's
Jose.
Before you
Yeah.
answered the phone, I was literally like, he got offered a job.
Anyway.
I
Anyways.
just texted him and said, do not take that job.
So if they're making so you have the dudes that do sideshows, right? And they do them purely because it's illegal, right? It's like the rush. It's the same reason why dudes get into biker gangs. They just want to fucking do whatever they want, right?
Mhm.
And they flex being 1%ers, which by the way, if you ever see somebody with a 1%er patch on, don't fuck with that dude, man. Anyway.
Bad idea.
That's some heat you don't want to test, trust me. But if you keep making shit illegal, right? You have the guys like us that's like, yeah, my car is not legal, but like I don't like do stupid shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you're gonna attract more of that type of person who just wants to do something purely because it's illegal
Yeah.
to the community, and it's gonna increase the problem. It's like it goes back to fucking anything. You make everything, people do what they want to do, and the more you tell them they can't do it, the more they want to do it.
Correct.
Like a
And it's-
teenager.
Or it's just like, it's like, I mean, the super successful war on drugs that obviously we won. Just kidding. Drugs won. Drugs won. Back to back war on drug champs. Anyway, you know what I mean? So it's like, there's that aspect of it. And it's like, never mind the fact that it's like all of these people's like livelihoods are wrapped up in modifying cars, right?
Yeah.
Cobb, APR, Ed, right? Dudes that we know, people we know, people. This is a community, and like their livelihood is at stake. You're literally going to outlaw the way that they feed their families.
Yeah.
Right.
Hey,
You know?
you think about like the future electric cars, like as a service advisor, and like most of us are in the car industry. Think about it. Electric car, you gotta
There's nothing to do there.
a brake flush, brakes, and tires, and yeah, battery or a motor every now and again. But it's like,
That's all
You're gonna-
warranty.
yeah, you're gonna kill an industry. You're literally gonna kill an industry. You're gonna make it so a car is pretty much throw it away, right?
Right.
Even more so than it is now, because well, yeah, like Alex said, out of warranty. I remember I had a customer who was telling me about his model. I think it was an A3 or whatever those things are called. The Model 3.
Model 3, yeah.
Model 3. And his main screen went out. And the car was 6 months out of warranty, and Tesla told him to go fuck himself.
Yep.
It was $7,000 to replace that. And you literally have no choice because that controls
need that.
the entire car.
You don't have a
The entire
speedometer if you
car.
don't have that thing. Yeah, you can't turn your
Correct.
AC on.
It's
You
like-
can't do
it's
shit.
like, well,
You
at
know,
that point, do I
what's-
just take $7,000
I-
and go put on a new car and throw this one away?
What's funny about
Yeah.
that is like, when's the last time that you've seen a first generation Tesla?
I haven't seen one in a minute.
I
No.
have
Yeah.
not seen one in years.
They're pieces of shit.
I-
That's why.
Yeah, I spoke to a claims adjuster. You know that, like, so in the shop when you have, customer brings it in for a problem. You find the problem. They have
It's an insurance
aftermarket,
issue or a warranty
some
issue.
kind of insurance, whatever it is. They send an adjuster out if it breaches X amount of dollars.
Extended warranty.
So I was speaking to the guy, and at that time I was working on a PHEV, right? And
plug-in hybrid electric vehicle for the uninitiated.
Yep.
Carry on.
So and I was like, how are I was like,
Carry on.
have you seen any PHEVs or fully battery electric vehicles? Like, what do you see outside of warranty? And he's like, nobody wants to do anything.
Right.
Nobody. They are throwaway vehicles. Like, literally, like, nobody wants to pay for a battery. Nobody wants to pay for a motor. Like, nobody wants to pay for any of that crap.
So I mean, like, if you can, and this is like, I'm not going to get into like the debate of like the viability of electric cars. Electric cars are coming. Like, it's coming. There's nothing you can do about it. It's happening.
Yeah.
Get fucking used to it. And like, if you made a checklist of everything, it's like, are they fast? Yeah. Do they handle well? Fuck yeah. All the weight's down at the bottom, right? Like, do they look cool? Well, yeah, you're not constrained by a giant fucking motor in the front. You make them look like whatever you want, right? Like, are they capable?
Right.
Whatever. And you're now at the point where it's like, dude, Rivian's saying that fucking truck is going to do like 450 miles on a charge.
Yeah.
I
Right?
wish we were taking a picture of this the other day. I literally saw the Tesla SUV towing a fucking Airstream.
Yeah.
What?
Towing an Airstream. And I was like,
the 19 footers, the smaller ones. Yeah.
I didn't know that a Tesla could tow
5,500
like
pounds.
that.
Yeah.
That really does change the game for a ton of fucking people. A ton of people.
It's I mean, the Rivian, I think, is going to be able to tow 7,500 pounds.
But
They're testing it. They're testing. Well, check it out. They're testing it towing in the desert, which is like death to an electric car. And they're saying they're still getting 250 miles to a charge with a 7,500 pound payload. Like, that's fucking crazy.
But mind you, like, when to put things in perspective, like when those things break, like how Kyle's saying the adjuster doesn't want to pay for anything. When those things break, unfortunately to you, any Porsche customers, obviously this is a higher dollar car, but I have my first Taycan that needs a battery.
Yeah.
Without the labor, the
$40,000.
battery itself is $40,000.
That's fucking crazy.
What is going to happen when your base model fucking has a bad battery?
Yeah. Well, that's the point. That's the point. That's kind of the point that Kyle was trying to make, right? It's like,
yeah.
What's like, environmentally speaking, what's one of the biggest issues that we face as the human race? It's not even just waste. It's e-waste.
Yeah.
E-waste.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Old computers, old laptops, old fucking cell phones, right?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And so my iPhone, I get a new one every year, and then maybe somebody, it gets refurbished and uses a warranty or whatever. And after a while, right, it's 1 pound of e-waste. You're talking about 5,400 pounds of e-waste for every fucking Model S.
Uh-huh.
Yep.
Think about that shit. That fucking wiring harness in that car is 1,700 pounds.
That is not a joke.
It's not
For everybody at home listening, that is not a joke.
No, between the 12 volt and the fucking high voltage wiring harness, it's 1,700 pounds. 1,700 pounds of the 5,000 pounds, whatever the fuck it is just wiring.
What the fuck?
Plus the lithium battery pack. Yeah, plus the lithium battery pack, which is just like, listen, you got to kill the environment to get that shit out of the ground, and there's really no good way to put it back. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
So it's impossible to put it back.
Yeah, so it's like, and you know what I mean? It's like, yeah, they're working on ways of recycling that battery raw material and whatever, but there's always runoff. Dude, listen, if you can't make Greek yogurt without destroying a fucking waterway, you think you're going to be able to undo a fucking Tesla battery pack and not make it fuck something up? You know what I'm saying? And it's like, and when you see these, and I'm not usually the dude to like agree with the argument of like, because it ends up like, well, the fucking liberals are trying to tell me this, and I'm like, I don't even get involved in that shit, right? But when you do the fucking math on it and you drill it down, if you drive a 55 Chevy, it's better for the environment than buying a new Prius. It still is.
Dude, it totally goes back to that article they did years ago when the Prius first came out, and they compared it to what, an H2?
H2, yeah.
Yeah,
And the
Which is
H2
like-
was environmentally way more fucking friendly for the fucking world.
That
than
like the
Prius
original
was.
like military Hummer.
No, the
it was
piece
the
of
first
shit
commercial one. It was the
H2.
first
No,
commercial
yeah.
one. Yeah.
trash.
But it's like that puts it in
Garbage.
perspective. This where you see those memes or like people are like plugging their fucking car and they're like, "Oh, I'm saving the environment," and you like look at all the fucking like smokestacks and all the shit they're fucking having to do to produce this shit out of the ground to make an electric vehicle. And you're
Strip
like,
mining lithium and cobalt. Yeah, it's like
right? Like,
Yeah,
like
it's
A
terrible.
side note of your point with the whole charger thing, when I went to Tycon training last month, they showed us what you need. Dude, for 2 charging stations, just 2 next to each other.
Yeah.
They needed like a 12-foot like long electric power stack. Like, you know, the green
transformers,
fucking
the big
boxes?
fucking
Yeah.
transformers. Yeah.
It was 12 foot long by like 5 feet wide. So it's not only like that's an issue, like that's a space issue. Like if you're gonna put that in a Safeway parking lot, you're eating up 25 parking spaces to put in the infrastructure just to put in the 2 chargers right here.
Let's like draw this back to something else real quick, Kyle. So like we're looking at electricity as clean, right? In a perfect world, yes. Okay, because we're very inefficient in the way we generate electricity. You can get a ton of electricity from solar panels and windmill farms and all that shit, right? But it's like we're still like hesitant to do that because it's an investment. We have an infrastructure in place. It's just it's horrible for the environment the way we currently generate, coal-fired steam energy plants and all that types of shit. We have a few hydroelectric dams and all that. But like, dude, I live in fucking Texas. We've got more open space than anybody knows what to do with. And they're like, nah, it was the windmill farms that caused the freeze. It's like, bitch, that's 3% of the fucking energy grid in the state.
Right.
3%.
Exactly.
No, it was because you guys don't keep up with federal standards because you wanted to have your own power. I don't want to get into it. Anyway, it's the stupidest fucking thing ever. So if we were making clean energy, renewable energy with solar panels and windmill farms, and that was a majority of where our power was coming from, and there was the batteries were being made in like not this crazy strip mine fucking fashion or whatever.
Right.
And yeah, it's better. It's better. But that's not the world we live in. And we do things the wrong way. And we've been doing things the wrong way for so long at this point that it's going to cost so much money. You have Bill Gates, who, whatever you think about vaccines and shit, which is another fucking rabbit hole I won't go down in. One of the smartest fucking dudes.
We got invested
Yeah,
with?
dude, my cell phone service is fucking slapping, bro. Anyway.
Love it.
One of the smartest dudes on the planet is like nuclear energy. It's like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
That's where we're at. Where the smartest dude in the room is like, hey, the thing that can literally wipe out a whole ecosystem. That's the way to do it.
Yeah.
Right.
It's like, dude, it's such to look at the problem of climate change and be like electric cars is like the most short-sighted fucking stupid thing on the planet. Like it's the biggest redirect. It's like, you know what I mean? Like I'm all for it. I'm not against electric cars. I'm totally pro, like fix climate change, but it's like this, dude, it's not the problem. The cars are not the fucking problem.
The cars are far from the fucking problem.
And going after enthusiasts, in the name of the EPA and saving the environment, it's just fucking like it's short-sighted. You're not paying attention.
Well,
Oh,
and
big time.
here's the thing too is like you can come after all you want of me in California. You can't control Nevada. You can't control Texas. You can't
Sure as fuck can't control Texas. Let me tell you what.
You can't control Japan. You can't control Europe. You can't control anybody fucking else, but just me. Why?
Right.
Like you know what I mean? Like that's why are you coming after me, the person that I'm just trying to enjoy my car. I'm not doing anything wrong.
Yeah.
I'm not fucking doing sideshows and all the bullshit. I drive.
It's just a lack of information. It's a lack of like
Knock on
critical
fucking
thinking.
wood. I haven't got a ticket for fucking speeding in goddamn almost 10 years.
Yeah, I
Like,
can't say that, but all right.
Have
well,
you guys seen who our governor is?
Yeah, well,
Don't even get me started. Listen, I got Hot Wheels out here, bro. It ain't much better. So
I love it. But like why are you coming after the people that that like just do your work, go to work, come home, just want to enjoy yourself,
Because
right? Like,
because Mike, you can build 1,000 bridges, 1,000 of the most beautiful bridges in the world. You suck one dick, you're a cocksucker for the rest of your life.
that is true.
I
Well,
don't know how that applies to this conversation, but it felt like I feel like he's not wrong.
Yeah, I feel like he's right.
You could have so many people doing good things and normal things
Yeah,
and obeying
yes,
the law
okay.
as best as you can, but you have a group of people who disobey the law and do stupid ass sideshows and
Yep.
Bullshit.
whatever the fuck
Guilty
they
by
want.
association.
Yeah.
That's what you're gonna go after,
Yeah.
right?
Guilty by
Sorry.
association is like the easier way to explain it, but the cocksucker analogy was great. I mean, I'm all here. I'm here for it.
Yeah,
That was
100%.
good.
100%.
Yep.
I
And in congrats to that beautiful analogy, beer change, tropical
Oh
IPA.
fuck! I'm at a
We're
boost.
disco.
Son of a bitch.
I'm
I'm
at
gonna
it.
grab a beer real quick.
Second one.
Let me.
Hurry up, kid.
Let
What,
me
what's
go through
Olivia
my
doing?
Huh?
What's Olivia doing?
She's snacking right behind me.
Let me get you a beer.
We DoorDashed Smash Burger and we got the Smash Tots.
I
They
was
smell so
still-
good.
Yeah.
I was
thought
still
that's what-
waiting for my
wait,
order
isn't-
to show up. Thanks.
Isn't that what they used to call Chris at the gay bar? Smash Tots.
Yeah, and
Dude,
It's closed. Okay.
this is a super random story, but did we ever tell you about the time that we fucked with Chris Kidd so badly on a
Tell the
fucked
story.
up
Go for it.
he takes the headphones off. Okay. Blackout Wednesday is before Thanksgiving, right? Everybody goes out and fucking parties
Yeah.
and gets fucked up. So, and I wasn't there for this, but I was part of this shit because I was gonna run with it. So apparently they went out on Blackout Wednesday one time.
One time.
It's old Roseville, and there was this gay guy that hit on Kid, like full on. Apparently, like hit on him, wanted to take him home, all this stuff, and Kid was like, obviously, he's straight. No, I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. So they told us a story Friday after. Well, Kid was off until the weekend, until the next Monday. So we came up with this scheme that we were gonna fucking tell Chris, because he was a parts driver at the time, that this guy keeps coming in and knows where you work, but like we won't give him his phone number. Dude, we ran with this for like almost 2 weeks, that he would come in almost every day looking for Chris at the same time. And Chris was out on the parts run. I've never seen Chris Kidd's eyes get so big and start to sweat so quickly in my life.
Oh, I'm
It,
going.
it got to a point where like we couldn't do it anymore. Like I couldn't wreck his day anymore, and I had to actually come out and fucking tell him. I had no idea who it was, and nobody ever showed up.
You talking about these rat bastards and what they did?
But like it
I
was
haven't
the
heard
best. It
anyone
was
call
literally
somebody
best
a
because,
rat
like,
bastard. It's so
we were giving Kids such shit for
Whoa,
like
whoa,
his
whoa,
skinny
whoa.
jeans and all this shit. Kyle, God
Kyle,
damn
come
it,
on.
Kyle.
Damn it, cat.
Dysfunctional fucking GTI. Oh, sorry. Did I say that too loud?
yeah, right.
Beer
He's
change
back.
move to Moscow Mule in a can.
All right, I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna make it. I need a beverage now that everybody.
Look at that. Look at that. I fucking ruined everybody's life.
No, we have to do
rotating
this shit. Yeah, we have to do this shit in shifts. We can't all just leave. Like,
Yes, that is true.
No, just leave.
BRB AFK.
Okay. I do have a question because Timmy keeps going back and forth. He's like fucking Alex. Obviously, you're not getting rid of the Audi S4. That's going to be a daily driver for
No.
however long. Let's talk about the S2K versus what you were talking about the other night in the chat, which is a
Nissan 400Z.
oh,
I have always, I've always been a Nissan Datsun person. I've had two 300ZXs, two 80Zs, two 280Zs.
Mhm.
And they look fucking phenomenal. They fucking handle great. They drift great. And they've always made good engines and good power with everything they have. And a twin turbo V6 that comes with manual transmission. It's a brand new car. And like I was looking at the article, and it's funny because I've never looked at like old 350Zs because 350Zs and 370Zs they've been the same for the last 20 years.
right.
And I don't know if you guys realize, but did you know that a 2020 370Z does not come with any infotainment screen
I
whatsoever?
did not know that. I
It
did not know
still
Wow.
just has the regular radio and the AC controls. That's it. There's nothing.
Back to Alex's
So-
statement: if you want a luxury car, you get a luxury car. Right?
Yeah, so-
exactly, right?
So the
Fucking
new
race car.
400Z is supposed to have the Infinity Q50 twin turbo V6,
I went back.
and it's gonna have the first. Alex, we're talking about how I'm possibly interested in my second car either being like an S2K or 400Z, and I mean. The new 400Z, they're finally putting an infotainment media screen. So,
Dude,
which
that interior.
Isn't that
is
hilarious
It-
that like they
it
went
looks
so
good.
long?
Yeah, and that's what I was just saying. It's
You
been
could go
20
buy a-
years, and
you
there's
could go
been
buy a-
nothing.
You could go buy a 370Z like 6 months ago, and there's no infotainment.
And it's got nothing. And I mean, I read the article, and they're offering a base 400Z with the twin turbo V6. Whether it makes 300 horsepower, 400 horsepower, they said there's going to be 2 different tunes or whatever. It doesn't matter.
It's the
Like
same engine.
they're offering it at 34K, and 34K for
Ain't
a
bad.
manual transmission, brand new, has good technology. It's a Japanese car, and it's manual transmission
Because it's
with a twin turbo
basically
V6.
it's basically a Q60 Red Sport with
Yeah,
a manual.
and a manual.
Right? Yeah.
And a manual that
But-
looks like a Datsun. Like I
like
when
the
I
way
had
that
my
car looks.
Datsun, like my goal with my 280Z was to make it a total race car, and like I primered the whole thing in my backyard. I was doing aftermarket suspension, and then the normal thing happened where I blew up my Subaru. So I spent all
Normal
my
thing
money.
happened.
I got rid
Let's
of
not have that
my
conversation
Datsun,
again, please.
and I got old Subaru, okay? Old Subaru. I got rid of my Subaru, or I got rid of my Datsun to fund money into my Subaru. And I mean, the old body style, like I love the little
I mean, it's
things, like
classic. It's a
the Z emblem on the rear quarter
Mhm.
panel, the
Yeah.
300ZX taillights that it has, the front grille, like it does look like a classic style car in a new generation. And like Mike and me have talked about it so many times, like I really want an S2000, but a 2005 S2000 with 80,000 miles still costs 30 grand.
Right.
So like
it's a tough pill to swallow, and it's a great car,
Yeah.
but it's like
it's great, but like I'm
But
gonna
it's
have an old
like-
car.
there's that, and it's like it's like
Everybody's
more
already had
expensive
their
than the. It's like it's more expensive than the sum of its parts, right? Like an F20C crate engine's not that expensive.
No,
Like
it's,
constitute, you know what I mean? It's like
no, yeah, and you could do so many things to that car. Just acquiring the car is so expensive. So it's like, if for 10 grand more, I can get a brand new manual transmission, twin turbo engine, new technology and everything. Dude, the 400Z is like, August 17th can't come quicker. August 17th is the day they're releasing the production version. They're going to show the real stuff of what it's going to be released as. And we'll go from there. And I mean, that's me and Alex were always talking about the Golf R because like I had interest in the Golf R, but I've always been a Z person. So
dude, I love Z's.
And
I think they're rad.
And it weighs just as much as a Golf R.
it's the perfect, and it's rear wheel drive. And that's my
Yeah.
thing. Like I would love a Golf R, but if I keep the Audi, I don't need another all-wheel drive car.
Good point.
That was the point of the S2000, to have something rear-wheel drive.
So
Really
it
good
would
point.
be in turn your race car.
Honestly, I really don't know. Like after seeing that green Audi S4 that has 580 wheel horsepower with all the Miltech stuff done to it, like I really, really want to do that stuff to my Audi, but
Would you be getting rid of your comfortable?
That's the thing is like you ruin like anybody that
Yeah.
says you modify your car, you don't ruin it. Like
Right.
you don't add one thing without taking something else away. It
100%.
can be done, but it's exponentially more expensive to do so, right? Like
Yeah.
like you lose drivability. You increase, like, I mean, dude, Kyle's car is super fucking well put together, incredibly well built. He used all the nicest shit, whatever, and he still had an intake manifold or fucking shit go on the other day, right? It just happens when the more extreme you get, those
and it all
parts
depends on like what the Z releases. If the Z comes out and it performs like a motherfucker straight out the gate, like when the BRZ came out, the BRZ's platform is gold. Like
so fucking lame.
I would love a BRZ, but they're so slow. Like
They're
they
gutless.
handle amazing. They're
They're
gutless.
Miatas. They're
but I mean,
Miatas. They're Miatas.
Yes,
It's a Miata.
exactly.
It's a hard time,
And
yeah.
like when I worked at Subaru and I got to test drive BRZs, like it was so fun because I mean, even how slow it is. As soon as you take a turn, it's like, oh my god, this is so balanced, like it's perfect.
Mhm.
But like,
Right.
if they bring out the Z with this twin turbo manual engine, and it puts the power down and it's fun, I'll keep the shit stock, make it look hella clean, and build the shit.
Well,
out
like
of the
even if you,
S4.
I mean, even if you like, you can keep it mild, right? Like if you just like fucking tune it, put an intake and an exhaust on it, like
You need
Yeah.
in a-
put
in a
put
new
some nice
generation.
wheels on it and some shit. You know what I mean? Like that's, you're not really fucking with it that much. You're
Yeah.
opening it up so you can hear it a little bit more, get engaged with it. But like that's,
I
but
mean,
that's
and
like really mild, you
especially
know?
with like new cars, like you know how like Subarus, like you need a downpipe to open up a Subaru.
You need a lot.
Your downpipe is like your main modification to really like make that.
The
have
Subaru
power.
is like the last quintessential like quote unquote tuner car. Like
Yes,
you know what I'm
100%.
saying? Like
And it's like I've seen all the Audi stuff, and the downpipe doesn't make a difference. I mean, you get like 15 to 20 wheel horsepower. When Kyle, I see you looking hella funny. I've seen.
I think
on the
it probably
forum,
has to do with probably has to do with the configuration of the hot V. Like it probably like in that
Yeah,
environment, it probably
exactly.
doesn't really do a lot, right? But
Exactly. I've
for a
seen
car,
so
yeah.
much research on that downpipe, and people throw the aftermarket downpipe, and they got 20 wheel horsepower out of it.
Well, it's like you
which
look
is
at R35s, right? And it's like, what do R35s need? Oh, they need fuel and a tune, and it's
Yeah.
almost 700 horsepower, right? It's like I
Yeah.
need bigger injectors, bigger fuel pump, and a E85 and a tune, and it's like damn near a 700 wheel horsepower car,
Yep.
right? Like
And
That's
it's like if I got an S2000, it's like I'd be spending $30,000 on a freaking 15-year-old car, and then, I mean, they're slow. I mean, they're
Yeah, they're
not
not
slow
fast.
the old car means, but they're. I mean,
it's a 200 horsepower
Any-
car.
yeah, it's not fast. I mean,
And god damn it, who was that? Was that Chris?
that was Chris this time. But I mean, it's like you gotta put
We
a
look
test
like
pipe in
there we go.
there and supercharge it to get anything out of it. And
Right.
I don't wanna
This is
spend all
like
that money.
this is like the upside of like most newer cars being boosted in one way or another.
Yeah.
they're
Right.
already
Ready to
ready
go.
Yeah, it's just it's just fuel and tune, right? Like it's
Yeah.
like the infrastructure is there already, so it's just kind of one of those things where um we've just gotten to that point where it's
Yeah.
kind of really fucked up. It's like I just had this epiphany, like the tuning and modification market is getting killed from both sides when you think about
Yeah.
it. Because
Oh,
the
yeah.
cars
Yeah.
are so good from the factory that it takes so much less to get so much more out of them.
Uh-huh.
Right? And then you have this like impending doom of electrification and just getting rid of fossil fuels. And it's like, it's all fucking beep boops and fuel injectors and that's it. Like, you know what I mean? Like
Right.
there's not like a ton of shit that, and I think
But
that's
no,
why,
you do. I mean,
that's why
you-
I think like, yeah, I mean, I think like in some weird fucked up way, that's why I have a hard time partying with my SCI, because it's like as much work as it needs to get it to that level, it's something that you have to work on to get it to that level, right? Like you have to like
Right.
put in the time and you have to build it. And it's like that old school kind of fashion, which it means it's bad. Like just to call a spade a spade. It means it's inefficient. No, really, by modern standards, it's inefficient.
It
It's
is,
expensive,
yeah.
right? And it,
Yeah.
but at the same
I mean,
time,
it's kind of depressing where like I throw an intake and an intercooler on my S4 and then I tune it and I smoke everybody. Like,
well, when you think about it, it's like
not
everybody
the
like
experience of building a car.
exactly. Well, it's like you look at
Yeah.
like Mark IV Supras, right? Okay, this is a perfect example. Mark IV Supras were considered easy to make big power out of by comparison because it was cams, big single turbo, fuel, right? And it's still a decent list of shit.
It's at least probably 12 grand worth of shit.
Right.
Yeah, depending on the turbo you run and whatever,
Right,
you know.
right.
With just bolt-ons, you can make power.
Right, but
And
it's
then you
but
go
it's
into
but
Not
it's
even-
level.
but it's still
not
bolt-ons. But now we're talking
Right.
about like you just need to tune it.
Yeah,
right.
You know
So
what
I mean, for example, the Mark 7, Mark 7.5 GTIs. Just when I was APR, my first go around, I don't know what EQT's like stage 1. Just the tune added, I think it was 100 horsepower and 90 foot-pounds of torque.
Yeah.
Like just the tune,
just beep boops, just fucking beep
just
boops.
beep boops,
Yep,
right?
that's it.
And that was it. Like that's a dramatic
Fucking-
change.
that's
on a
ridiculous.
It's
car.
like you go and you smoke Thor in his Del Sol, and he's like, "Bro, what you got done to that?" And it's like, "I got a tune.
This
Yeah.
I got
a
this.
tune, right? Yeah,
I've got computers."
Yeah.
That's it, baby.
then
That's what we're doing.
technology. But could you imagine just the tuning capabilities once whoever gets into it of electric cars? You're talking about a Porsche Taycan S that goes 0 to 60 in what 2.6?
Yeah.
It is 2.6 what is offered by Porsche. Technically,
Sure.
I've had customers that rated it like 2.4.
Yeah.
So
But
whatever it is.
wait. But here's
imagine you being able to tune that and
Get it down to 2.
get it down to 2 seconds. Like
Which is funny because Mike, our customer Arthur, made big points that Porsche is stupid because he knows. Okay, this guy Arthur. If you guys know Arthur, he is a
Don't know
genius.
Arthur.
He knows
great.
everything.
Super
He's
smart.
a nerd. He literally will tell you this tire goes on this car and this weather, and you will get this and blah 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 blah.
oh, it's like the
He-
engineering explained, dude.
Yes, 100%. And he was talking to me about the Taycan one time and how, like, well, if Porsche just had used this type of battery instead of this type of battery, they probably could have gotten double the output. And doubling the output, you could have gotten this 2,000 horsepower electronic battery, even though you could still manufacture it for the same cost. And it was like, okay, what the fuck are you talking about? But
Yeah.
everything, like, made so much sense that it's like Porsche's literally, like, downplaying what the Taycan could be because there's so much other stuff they could do to it that they don't want to like release
Right.
it yet. And Arthur's talking about how like they could have easily just saved a little bit of money and done this instead and gotten double the horsepower, but they didn't because of this. And it's like,
Big brain
well,
moves,
once
bro.
somebody
You gotta
does
be able
tune
to sell
electric cars-
cars.
oh yeah. And once
Right.
somebody does tune that thing, it's
And it's like I don't even know what that looks like. That's probably the craziest thing to me, right? It's like I don't even like what does that mean to tune an electric car? Like, obviously, you're going to sacrifice range, but when you consider the fact that
absolutely.
there's literally no mechanical adjustment necessary, right?
and
There's
Yeah,
no limit.
about
There's
this
going
before
to be no
that, like-
limit other than your range, right? Other than
Well, it's
the
just I
battery
mean,
life.
And I mean, we've
So-
talked about this before. I think that they're honestly like working at a car dealership, being in sales, being in service, like there needs to be a test for people to buy certain types of cars. Like you can't just let
Yeah.
some kid that has $250,000 come in and like buy a Turbo S. Like that's unsafe. And
Right.
that's why cars
dude,
get
being able to
crashed.
buy a fucking Hellcat for fucking 70 grand is the stupidest thing I've ever heard in my life.
Yeah.
It's
great.
unsafe.
He's like, it's great, it's perfect.
And just like think like once they do get to the technology, like just imagine like if you tune a Taycan to double the horsepower, if you
Okay.
just turn the fucking battery up and you do 0 to 60 in 1.3 seconds.
1.3 gigawatts.
For the record, there's no tire that supports that. That's the problem we're hitting right now. But anyway,
you
go
don't know
ahead.
that, dude.
Keyword
Porsche
is
tire-
yet. Keyword is
Yeah.
yet.
Yeah, I said yet.
Keyword
I
is
said
yet.
Yeah.
Porsche and Tire Rack do amazing things together.
So check this out. So this is going back to engineering explained, dude. Okay. He did a video before the Chiron came out, right? And he went through this whole thing about he compared all of these cars to find the limits of mechanical grip and to basically reverse engineer that into how fast with current DOT legal street tire technology, can a car go from 0 to 60? Right.
Yeah.
And he goes, the fastest you can make a car go 0 to 60 is 2.2 seconds. 6 months later, the Chiron comes out 0 to 60, 2.2 seconds.
Holy
Yeah.
8 months after that, the Super Sport comes out and it's like too flat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's like, we've already, like, everything that
Yeah, we're there.
this super fucking smart dude just figured out is like already bullshit, like in 14 months. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah.
Like,
Like you
Yeah.
think about that, and it's like people go on test drives in a regular current Taycan, and people get sick. And like
Right.
I don't know if you guys know about the break-in process for like the brakes on a Taycan. You have to like slam on the brakes and floor it, and slam on the brakes and floor it, and slam on the brakes, like
heat
over
cycle
and
him.
over.
Yeah.
Yeah, and like I went on a ride with Johnny while he did it just to see what it was like. I mean, we were a quarter of the way through the drive and I was fucking done. Like, imagine when somebody tunes that up and you
Yeah.
do
Imagine the
0
first car. Imagine to your point. Imagine the first sub-second 60.
Yeah. Oh my god. It's a rocket. Your
Your brain can't process fucking information that fast.
No.
It's gonna make you pass out.
Yeah.
I
And
mean,
it's
it's
like-
you're leaving the atmosphere and going
And
to
I
space.
and like, this is the craziest thing to say out loud. Like, I'm not for that shit. Like, I'm sorry. Like, I'm sorry. Like,
I was having
There-
a conversation with my coworker. I'm sorry, go for X. My bad.
like when you build a car, like when you're this sounds so fucking elitist and I hate saying it. When you build a car, this is why I'm big on built, not bought. And when I say that, I don't expect you to ranch on every single part of your car because not everybody's capable of doing that. Like, I've worked on every single thing that's been done to my car, but I did it with a technician's help, right? Like,
Right.
I either had Dave or I had Kyle or somebody, like, but I was like, I'm gonna get my hands dirty. I want to work on my car. Like, I want to build this car on my own, right? But you have two things when you do that. You have appreciation for what goes into modifying the vehicle, right? And you have a respect for it as you work into it. But as you add horsepower, it's incremental, right? You drive it
Yeah.
until like my car feels slow, like it officially feels slow to me now, right?
Yeah.
So I'm like, I'm ready for more power. And even through I'm like, I'm pushing that bitch through corners like stupid fat, like what I'm like, I'm ready for more. But it's incremental. I'm earning it as I go, right?
Right.
Right.
If you walk in and you buy a Taycan Turbo,
You didn't earn any of it.
you didn't. Well, you don't. But you don't have like your like if you come out of like a fucking Macan, you come out of right. You come out of a Macan S or an SQ5, and you go into a fucking Taycan Turbo S.
Doubled your speed. You doubled it.
You're
without
in
any-
911 turbo territory with your kids in the car,
Yeah.
and you've
Right.
never experienced
and
that.
you have no idea what it's mind melting speed, right? Like everybody's seen the Model S ludicrous launch where the dude throws his banana in the air and smacks it, and the fucking banana hits the rear window and sticks to it. You know what I mean? It's like,
Yeah.
I've
It's
not
like-
seen that video, but
I
I'm
haven't seen it
definitely
either.
gonna-
oh, it's amazing. Yeah, no, dude, the dude,
great.
he has a banana in his hand and he's doing the whole prep thing and he tosses it and he lets it go and it hits and the fucking thing flies all the way to the back and it just stays there until the launch is done and it's just
Yeah.
stuck. It's like it's
My
fucking
God.
ridiculous because it's like over a G of like inertia, right?
That's not.
It's
What was
it's
that in?
huh? Model S ludicrous.
Yeah.
Okay.
Was it
So-
the new plaid?
No,
or was that,
no,
is
it
that-
was the old one.
Is
That's my
the-
point. There's a faster one now.
Is
So
the
basically, I'm gonna go make
Koenigsegg-
a YouTube video of the Taycan Turbo S doing the same thing.
What were you gonna
Oh,
say?
Is
Kyle?
the is the Koenigsegg
Is that the Agera?
Gemera? No, the Gemera. However you
Oh,
say
the
that?
4-door,
Is that-
the 4-seater, the Gamera.
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah. Is that still the fastest 0 to 60? Because it was like sub 2 seconds.
I
Probably.
know. Yeah, I think
It's the one with the two giant doors and it's the 4-seater, right? And it's like
I think so.
it's got the
Yeah.
3-cylinder turbo that makes like 700 horsepower, and then it's got like an
It's
electric.
ridiculous.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
like
it's ridiculous. Yeah.
First of all,
Chris is
Koenig.
like, what the fuck?
First of all,
Right
Koenig,
now.
Yeah,
Koenigsegg,
like-
Koenigsegg don't ever change because it's like these are the guys who like built the car without a transmission and like you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yo, and those seats look comfy.
Yeah, they do. And he just they're
Yeah,
sick.
sub 2 seconds, like 0 to 60, like sub 2 seconds. That's fucking ridiculous.
But here's the thing about that shit. That car is over $1 million, right? Who'd we lose now?
Yeah, Mike.
What the fuck?
Okay. So
The rotation is starting.
that car is over $1 million. The new Tesla Roadster is supposed to do 0 to 60 in 1.8, and it's going to be like 170 grand.
Okay,
That's
the new
ridiculous.
Tesla Roadster was also supposed to come out when I still worked at Subaru.
Okay, the first Tesla Roadster was delayed 7 years, and he somehow got people to pay him more money for it. So like, it will come eventually.
Yeah.
I feel like
Fact.
that's
Yeah.
the starting point though. It's like you're paying
Yeah.
for like a gas fast car, then that's the premium now, versus like
Yeah.
a Tesla that you can get for like a couple bucks.
And isn't that fucked? Like, the whole
Right?
thought process. But,
Yeah.
Fuel
so,
is the new luxury.
and on that bombshell,
True. That's true.
it is. Yeah, we are officially a dying breed.
Yes,
And on that incredibly depressing and irrefutable and irreversible bombshell, love your cars while you have them, guys. And like we said in a previous episode, if you have a dream car and it's petrol powered, find a way.
Keep it.
'Cause
Find a way.
It's because it's not going to get any. It's not going to get any easier. It's not going to get any better.
Honestly,
Shit's getting more and more expensive. New cars. I mean, just listen. Go compare the cost of a brand new 911 Turbo S to 15 years ago.
Yeah. Double.
Yeah.
oh my god, dude!
Man.
Like, I mean, I know we're trying to end this, but like, I'm reading the new Road and Track. Do any of you subscribe to Road and Track?
No.
Yeah.
No.
So Road and Track this year, just starting this year, 2021, started releasing double issues. So they're like 150 pages.
Yeah.
So it's not a tiny magazine anymore. It's a fucking fat load. Giggity. And
I should have ended the episode 30 seconds ago. Anyway, go ahead.
Yeah.
this month's issue is about bringing back the old school, and it's like talking about like old school cars, old school 911s. It has a whole article of like the first Ferrari GTO versus now's Ferrari GTO, the original NSX and now the NSX. And
Trash.
it's really cool to see the differences of all the classic stuff to comparing to the now stuff. And honestly, I forgot why I brought it up. And what did Chris say?
Okay. We're done.
My
That's
God.
we're fucking.
We're
that's it.
done. We
We're
appreciate
done.
y'all.
What was I
Everybody.
talking about?
all right,
It's okay. It's okay, Timmy. You tried.
All
Um,
that
Fuck,
matters.
fuck Timmy.
please
2021.
please subscribe. Thank you to all the new followers, all the new listeners, especially since the episode. We appreciate you guys. We hope you enjoyed this.
Yeah.
The
Absolutely.
Fast and the Furious stream is coming. The 44 most fucktacular moments in the Fast and the Furious will be coming up this upcoming Monday, because I am actually going to edit this episode right now and put it up for tomorrow morning. So this episode will drop tomorrow. So you're listening to this shit in real time for the first time ever. I had some audio issues with the Kyle MPI install. Gonna work on that in the lull between my old job, my current job, and my new job. Get that pushed out to you guys. So we'll have that content coming out. A lot of cool shit coming up. Stay tuned. Like, subscribe, watch the Instagram. Keep up on fucking updates with that. And as always, we appreciate you guys. Be safe. Love your cars. And we'll talk to you next time. Peace out.
Bye.
Bye, guys.